are several realtor hot button items in the industry, and one of them is feedback. In fact, if you poll a room full of agents, you're going to get about a 50-50 split on how they feel about feedback. Well, here's my 2 cents on the topic, because I was out showing property yesterday afternoon, and I love the opportunity to show houses because it is nothing more than fun when you've got a good client, and I love my clients. They are fun. So we're out looking at houses, and at the end of our tour, my email is full up with all of these agents wanting to know, what y'all think of our property? So there's agents that ignore these because they say it's not their job as a buyer's agent to tell the seller why their house is or is not selling. Now, I don't agree with that, y'all. I think you need to respond to these emails, because let's think about this. When you're out showing houses to a buyer and you've made an appointment to look at someone's listing and you've gone in their home, you have looked in their cupboards and walked in the bathroom and looked in the closets, and you've been all over the place where they lay their head down at night, it is natural and right for a seller to want to know what y'all thought while you were in their house. So be reasonable and provide some feedback. You don't have to give away the farm. You're not giving away all your negotiating power by saying, yes, they liked it, no, they didn't, and maybe providing some additional feedback. I always like to be an Oreo. I provide some happies, and then I might provide the negatives that I spotted, but I always end with something positive because I really believe in being positive about people's homes, if at all possible. So we responded to these emails, and I gave very honest feedback. In fact, the one that they loved, that's a good chance for me to get the agent in conversation so we can maybe put something together down the road. And there's one that was incredibly overpriced. In fact, I'm not even the one that noticed it was overpriced. It was my clients, but they wanted to see it anyway because it's in the neighborhood in which they'd like to live. And so when we went to see the overpriced house, they were guessing maybe it was perfect, and that's why it was overpriced. And that was really not the case. I think it's just a case of somebody's unrealistic and has not come to grips with education on the marketplace yet. So I provided feedback to that agent as well and told her what the client said. Now, y'all, sometimes your sellers don't want to hear it. Well, one of your jobs as the agent is to tell people things they don't want to hear. In fact, I learned from my daddy on day one in real estate, when I'm doing a listing presentation, I'm going to ask the sellers a very important question. Y'all ready? Write this down and save this point at 2:25 on the video or whatever. Ask your sellers, do I have your permission to tell you the truth? Now, when they tell you you do have permission to tell them the truth, that allows you to be honest with them about price and condition and what's happening in the marketplace and the realities of what buyers have said about their home. Because you've got to remind them, buyers aren't being hateful when they say bad things about a house. They're just saying it's not a house they're going to buy. So these are opportunities for you to help your seller succeed in the marketplace. So embrace feedback and pretend that you're the seller. Put the seller's shoes on, and maybe you'll think a little differently, because it helps your buyers too when the other side likes you.